Welcome everyone. Today we have 10 new glitches in Super Mario Maker 2. Today we go over some awesome magnetic clown car effects. We further explore the idea, we get items to travel through walls, and it's kind of crazy. So make sure you stick around to the end to view that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's dive in. Here we are going to clip little Toad through this scroll stop after the cannon pushes you into the fire flower and pushes you into the slope. This dry bone is going to come up, and when it comes up, it's going to pop you under these blocks. So I don't have to do anything. So basically right now we are past the scroll stop, and we can run along the bottom. You can see Toad's head when he jumps up like this. And this could create like a pretty cool little scene. I hit the flag. I beat the level, but you can't see that. So here we have a similar setup where the dry bone is on this rail. It's going to come up. We're going to place Toad right here in this spot. This time it's not going to clip us through the ground because we're not against the slope, but it's going to clip us into the ground. Close enough to grab this flag because we are clipped in halfway. So when our clear condition is satisfied, we will actually get the top of the flag and beat the level. Here, young Toad stumbles upon a little situation. So you can't really get through that door. You can't go up here and get past this bully. Using an exclamation mark block, though, you can have that push you right through the bully. You just have to get on the right side of it. So if I'm like this, well, it's going to push me over to the left, and I have to try again. Or it could soft lock me and kill me, troll me. If I jump over on the other side of it, though, it'll actually push me through and let me get on with my life. Here we have a hidden red pipe. Naked pipe, help. Here we have a hidden red pipe, and that red pipe right there is actually going to dispense spike balls, even though this thwomp is over top of it, which normally isn't possible. We have a spike ball that's going to fall from the ceiling and hit a P-switch over on the right, and when that happens, a spike ball on top of the thwomp is going to bounce up and hit a hidden block. So all of that is pretty interesting. Here we just have some funny animations. So the turtles get stuck on those springs and show you their faces. Pretty cool. Whee! And here's what skip squeaks look like. Left one is just saying no, no, no. Right one looks like he got his butt burned by lava or something. So here we have another y equals whatever jank. For some reason, when things are on different coordinates, whether it's y equals 3 or y equals 4 or whatever, different behaviors happen sometimes, and this is one of those cases. So if I grab all these, multi-select them, and pull them down and start the scene, here you see the Koopa car just get damaged, and the Koopa in the car itself is fine. But if I raise it up one tile and start the scene, the Koopa dies altogether. If I raise it up one more, Koopa car gets damaged, Koopa is fine. If I raise it up one more again, Koopa dies. So depending on whether it's on an even or odd coordinate, there are two different behaviors here. Check out this little setup right here. These burners are going to push the cannons and smush them right next to and inside of this thwomp. And when we approach this situation, well, something very cool happens. Cannons get pushed up and into the thwomp, and as you notice, the cannon clips through the conveyor belt a little bit, so if I approach the situation and the thwomp slams down, they all come through the conveyor belt. The thwomp and a cannon. What a mess. This could be a very cool little troll in a level. The setup is fairly complicated, so let's deconstruct this a little bit. There you go. Here, we're going to do another bumper clip. I'm going to go in this door and go out the other side. You're going to be surprised to find out that we can actually grab that big mush there through the slope. So I'm just going to jump on top of this cannon over here and grab the mush. Now I am stuck between the cannon and the bumper. I will just hold right, and I will go right through the dang thing. On with my life. What we have here are two different Bowser Jr.'s in two different setups with two different behaviors, but they are both very broken. The one on the left is only going to throw hammers. He's not going to fire anything or start spinning. The one on the right, well, he's not going to do anything. They're both very, very broken. Here's another quick, interesting little glitchy glitch. This mushroom right here is not going to go through this little spot the first time it tries, but the second time it will. What changed? What changed? Today we're going to fully go over magnetic clown cars, fully explore them. There's a lot of cool things that we can do. We're going to need a black hole first. So if you don't know how to create a black hole, go over to one of my other videos on how to create a black hole. Here we have a black hole, 50 thwomps on top of each other. We're going to do the GGT, the Game Genie Tech. I'm going to place down a clown car, copy it over here, put a spike ball into it, delete that, copy this over to the black hole, undo twice, take this out of the thwomp. Now I'm going to place down a sideways pipe. Like so. Take the spike ball, put it over into the pipe, delete these two. Copy this one, delete these two, we don't need those anymore, and now we have a spike ball that's in a clown car that thinks it's inside of a pipe. And why we're doing this is because there's a lot of very interesting things going on with this spike ball that's in a clown car that thinks it's in a pipe. I'm going to drag this over here into this spot right here, and I'm going to use Yoshi to manipulate that item that's inside of the clown car. Now, when I go over and grab the spike ball out of the clown car, you see that it's still angry, so it's still active. And if I spit the spike ball, it'll go right back to the clown car. It'll teleport back inside of the clown car. So this is a magnetic clown car, that's what I'm calling it. This spike ball that's inside of Yoshi's mouth wants to go back there. And because of that, it allows us to do some pretty interesting things with stuff around it. So right now, there's solid walls and on-off switches. I'm going to go over here and spit the spike ball out, and you'll see that it's going to go through the wall and through the on-off switches, activating the on-off switch, which could be a pretty sweet mechanic in a level. Let's say, for example, I grab this spike ball out of that clown car and run all the way over here. When I spit the spike ball, it's still going to go back to the clown car, activating the on-off switches, allowing me to proceed with the level. Another cool property of this is if you have sideways springs and you spit the spike ball, it'll actually stick to the sideways springs like that, which is pretty cool looking. If I go past this clown car, it'll actually activate that on-off switch when it gets up there. It'll activate the on-off switch, so that could be another cool little mechanism in a level. Here we have another scenario. So instead of a spike ball, this time we have a Buzzy Beetle shell. And I'm going to grab that Buzzy Beetle shell and take it out of the clown car because when I spit it on the other side of this cannon right here, the shell stays next to this cannon right here. Every time that hard block passes over top of that clown car, the on-off switch gets activated for some reason. I have no idea why this is the case, but this is the case. Because of those green snake blocks, this is actually global. So if we go all the way over here to the right, you'll see that we can get through these on-off blocks and beat the level. Essentially what we have here is a custom timer on-off switch. All you really have to do is put more winged blocks or regular blocks to activate the switch in different ways. So say we add 2 more blocks, and we proceed with the same exact scenario. You'll see that the on-off switch gets hit at different times. So this could lead towards a really, really cool level mechanic. And again, it is global. Things also get pretty interesting if there is no on-off switch. If I'm over here and I spit this out, the shell will either sit on the side of the wall because it wants to get back to the clown car, or it will get stuck in the ground like that. Right now the shell is kind of stuck on top of the ground, and it's kind of like really buggy. See how like if I run away from it, it disappears, and if I go back towards it, it reappears? And so you're wondering probably, like, what does that shell actually do? It doesn't do much over here. You can walk right through it. You can't even tongue it or anything like that. I don't think it's actually in this position right here. I think it's still in the clown car. Because if I go over here and tongue the clown car, I can then get it again. I can retrieve it. So this creates some very interesting little properties with a clown car. The magnetic clown car.